And big waves out there. So good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. You can see our regulars, they know what to do. So when somebody waves two hands at you, do it back because it feels good, right? So welcome to today's Getting Started training. My name is Andrea Rosser. And just to give you a little intro of who I am, I've been a part of this beautiful industry for about 15 years now, and it has blessed every single aspect of my life. So I'm forever grateful for the person that held my hand when I first got started and helped me learn the ropes. And so that's our goal for today, is just to bring you on board, help you learn the ropes, because while this is definitely not rocket science and it is not hard, but it is something different and it does take a little bit of learning. So we're going to go ahead and walk you through it. And so I'm going to share my screen and give me just a minute. Like I said, this is our basic getting started. We're actually going to do two today. So this is our basic. And well, actually, before I even get into my slide, I want to add a little disclaimer on here. Okay. That when you get on here, we're going to start getting into it and you're going to hear the term boards about 87,000 times. And I'm not going to go into how to use boards during this training. I am going to assume that you already know how. If you're saying, wait a minute, what's boards? I'm not quite sure how to do it. I don't know the easiest way to use this program. It should be as simple as just a click on your keyboard. If you can copy and paste, you should be able to use it. And if it's not that simple for you and you're like, I'm not sure, then we need to do a little work in boards. So whoever got you started, whoever shared this training with you, whoever shared the drops with you, we need to make sure that they help you get on board with boards. So if you don't have that, please, please, please reach out to whoever got you started here. If you're not sure who that is, put it in the chat that you need help with boards, and we'll try to figure that out for you so we can get you up and running with that. Okay, so wanted to start with that. Already introduced myself. One of the first things that we'll see here in terms of success is that consistency is a big part of that. And how can we be consistent? Well, we can schedule our posts. So how can we do that? We can do that by being in professional mode on Facebook. So if you are not in professional mode yet, and everything that we talk about here is going to be Facebook focused. So just know, if you're like, well, I usually work in Instagram or in a different platform, just know that this is designed for Facebook because Facebook really rewards us for our behavior. If you're working in another platform, that's perfectly fine, but you might have to tweak things a little bit for that platform. So we're going to focus on Facebook. And Facebook allows us to turn our profile into professional mode. It won't change our security settings. It doesn't change how we do things, but it does allow us to pre-schedule our posts. So in order to do that, you're going to just go to your profile and you're going to click on the three little dots under your name, and that will allow you to see a menu. And in there, you're going to see something that if you're not in professional mode, it will say turn on. Okay, so you're going to click on that. It's going to give you some prompts. It's going to ask you some questions. It's going to want you to do some things in there in order to turn on that professional mode. So when you have a moment, walk through that, follow the prompts, because it's going to help make your profile a little bit more professional, but that will allow you to pre-schedule your posts so you never miss a single one. So we also have some resources that I would love for you to have loaded on your phone, loaded into your calendar, so that we can ensure that you are successful. So if you look at this you kind of see two rows. The first one are either groups we need to join or programs we need to install. The second row are some Zooms that we need to plug into. So the easiest way you can get all of these is if somebody shared a text message that looked like this to you. Okay. If you did not get that text message, then the other thing that you can do is you can take a screenshot of this and you can actually copy every single thing in that screenshot on your phone without having to get all of those links. And I just realized that I might be able to help you a little bit here by texting this into the chat or copying this into the chat. So I need to text it to myself real quick, but let me grab it and I'm going to put this link into the chat, and that could be another way that you guys can grab it and make it a little bit easier. So give me 1 second here. There you go. So the link to this start here is now officially in the chat. Took me a second there, but you can grab it there as well. And don't fret if your board looks a little bit different than mine. That's okay. So this is going to be the general team board. It's the most generic. It's for all of Brent Palmer's team. So there's a lot of us. And so it's not going to have some of the smaller teams will have some things that are team specific. This is good for anybody in PartnerCo. So if you're using this one, you're going to have everything you need. If you're on a team board, it might have some different stuff specifically for your team. Doesn't matter either way. We keep aligned with each other really, really well. Everything that you need is going to be in there. Okay. But that link's going to help you get all of these links a little bit easier. So the first one is boards. This is where we get all of the text scripts. This is where we get all of the posts. We've got a ton of information in there. So that's the first thing that you want to make sure that you have installed on your phone that you are so comfortable using it. The next one is Telegram. Telegram we use in a couple of different ways. What I'm talking about here is a one-way communication channel where we let you know what's going on in the PartnerCo world. So if this call right here, we posted about it in Telegram. This morning's Coaches Corner was in Telegram. Sometimes we have big sales. We post about them in Telegram. So just what's going on in our world, we're going to tell you about it in Telegram. So it's a great place for you to plug in. And you just need to realize that it's a two-step process in order to get it installed. So one, you're going to have to go to your app store and you're going to have to grab the app. This is the same with boards, actually. You have to grab the program first, the app first, and then you've got to pull in our specific content. So for boards, you would grab the app and then you would grab our team board. For Telegram, you're going to grab the app and then you're going to join our team board. But all of the instructions for that are going to be in this right here. So just make sure you're following along and you're doing that two-step process. Now, next in Circle of Health, this is a Facebook group, and this is a group for you and your customers. So we use this group in a couple of ways. One, so that I can get more proficient on our products, right? What are the drops? What do they do? What's the approved food list? How do I know more about it? What do I do if I get a headache? What if I have some tummy trouble? What if I hit a plateau? What, right? I don't know where else you would get all this information if Dr. Crystal didn't have it in one place for us. I love this group. There is probably 70,000 people in there now. Last time I looked, there were 66,000 people, and they're all people using this product, benefiting from these drops. And then it's run by Dr. Crystal, so there's somebody with wisdom in there, lots of people. She's got lots of moderators in there that know how to answer the questions. So what I do is if I have a question, I go use the magnifying glass and I go search that group for whatever it is that I'm having trouble with or my dropper has trouble with, and I go learn, right? The second thing that I do in there is the minute that I hand somebody a box of drops, I make sure that I'm adding them to this group and let them know that they are part of a bigger community. It's not just me and them, right? It's them and this entire group. Now, with that, you're going to be putting your customers in there, and I'm going to be putting my customers in there. So we want to make sure that this is a really safe space. This could be somebody's first day on the drops, their first day trying something new, and they could be nervous or scared or whatever it may be. So we want to make sure that we're safe in there. So if I'm grumpy one day and I put on 2 pounds because I ate nothing but Twinkies or whatever it may be, I could go in there and say, these drops don't work because I ate Twinkies and now they're not working and I'm mad, right? I could put that. Or maybe I could take my complaints outside of the group. So if you got a question, ask it, but ask it in a way that you know that this could absolutely be Martha's first day on the drop. So if I ask my question in a grumpy monkey way, I could scare her off. And we don't want to do that to you, and we don't want to do that to your customers. So we want to make sure that we keep this as a safe space purely for customers. There's no money talk in here, no brand partner talk, nothing like that. If you ask a question about money or whatever, it probably isn't going to be approved. You're never going to see it. Okay. Now we also need to make sure that in there that when somebody joins that group, they put your name in the questions. It's going to ask some questions. If they don't answer those questions, they won't be added. If you don't answer the questions, you won't be added. And that's same with Partner Conation as well. Because we got to keep it safe. We want to make it just us and our customers. And then Partner Conation is just for brand partners. So again, if you don't answer those questions, you won't be allowed in there. We don't want to decline anybody, but we got to keep it safe for all of us, you and your brand partners. Now, Partner Conation is a little bit different in Circle of Health. This is what I call a group of love. So we're going to go in there, we're going to celebrate you, we're going to love on you. So when you sell your first box of drops, we want to celebrate it. When you hit ultimate, we want to celebrate it. When you hit team lead and senior team lead and beyond, we want to celebrate you. And so we got to make sure that you're in Partner Conation and your brand partners are in Partner Conation. So make sure you're joining that Facebook group. It's just a beautiful community for celebration. We let you know what's going on in the Partner Co world as well. And then we also will, let you know if there's events, if there's sales, different things like that. So it's just a really powerful group. And then lastly is the Partner Co Share app. You can grab this in the App Store. We're going to see a lot more functionality from the Share app coming out of PXP. So there's a little clue right there. Make sure you're getting it. Make sure you're updating it. And I use it for a variety of things. One, at this moment, we can use it to learn about our products. We can, find information about things besides the drops. We can get these fun little backgrounds. Like you might think that my house is really cute and decorated really well. It's not. This is actually a background from the Share app. So you can grab that so you always look professional, regardless of if you're sitting in the car at, the kids' pickup or if you're actually in your office. So you can do that. But there's a lot of great information in the Share app, and it's about to be a lot more robust. So that's kind of the things that you need installed on your phone, groups that you need to be a part of. The second row are some Zooms that we would love to tell you about. And I'm going to tell you that these are all designed to help you have success. So Coach's Corner, that is designed to start your day with a little bit of positivity. It's 15 minutes and it's going to be a lot of fun. We'd love for you to get on there and be a part and participate with us. Give us a word. We're going to study your word and we will share it that day. If it's your birthday, we're going to sing happy birthday, but it's all about just being positive, a little bit of self-development to get us in the right mindset to start our day. Then we have the IPA Zoom, and this is 45 minutes of business training and tips. So what will happen is if I do something today that I'm winning, right? I'm winning, I'm earning money. I'm going to get on there tomorrow and I'm going to tell you all about it so you can copy me, right? You can learn from me. And then Wednesday Wisdom, we do that same thing on a bigger scale. So the IPA, there might be 20 people that talk in that 45-minute section. On the Wednesday Wisdom, we might have 2 people that talk for an entire hour. So we do a deeper dive in, oh, this person earned their $10,000 bonus. How'd they do it? Because I want it to, right? This person achieved rank advancements for their team. How'd they do it? I want to do it too. Tonight will be a special one because it's all about PXP and how you can get the most out of being there. So jump in to join us for that. I will say on the Zooms, I'm going to give some encouragement here. Participate with us, right? We want you to show up for these Zooms, have your camera on, be in front of it, be focused, have a notepad, and interact with the speakers because that makes the Zoom so much more powerful for them and for you. We all know the difference, right? How it feels when we're engaged or if we're not quite. So be as focused and on point for as many of these as you possibly can, because then you're going to grow with them as well. So those are the things we want to plug into. Now, the next, we're going to talk about your social launch. And this is where we let the world know that you have something to offer. And we're going to do this on social media. We're going to open our storefront online. Again, we're talking about Facebook here. And I'm going to recommend that you all do a personal post. That's going to let people know that you are doing something. It's something different in your world. It's got your picture on it. It's got some verbiage, and that is going to be, there's going to be a sample of that on boards. And then from there, we're going to start posting twice a day. Every single picture that you need for that is on boards. Every single, script on what to say right underneath that post is all on boards. It's all built there for you, so you do not have to come up with a single thing on your own. And I love that because you know what? I'm busy. I know you're busy too, so I want to be able to make it fast and easy, and that is what Boards is for. So what our goal is to post twice a day, and Facebook says that the majority of eyeballs are online between 9 and 3, okay, or at 9 and at 3. That's like two peak times on social media. Now I'm going to add something. In order for these posts to work, you need to work your Facebook first. And so for about 15 minutes before you make your post, you need to be social on social media. You need to be reaching outside of the people that you're seeing on your wall and interacting with them. So you go search for some people and wish them happy birthday, happy anniversary, cute cat, cute kid, great breakfast, right? For 15 minutes before you make your post. Now let's say that you work at 9. So there's no way you could do this at 8:45. Well, then pick a time that you can. So I say, most of us have scroll times in our day. It's part of, gosh, who we are as people now, fortunately or unfortunately. And so you might say, well, I normally drink my coffee about 7:30, and so that's when I usually sit down and see what's going on in Facebook land. Well, then 7:30 is when you would go be social on social media, and 7:45 is when you would schedule that first post. Okay. Same at the 3 o'clock. Maybe you're at work and the next time you're going to be able to scroll is at 5:30. Okay, make it 5:30, but just keep it consistent. Do it twice a day. Do that engagement first and then go post your post. Okay. Now, with that, people are going to start responding to you. If they respond right there on that post on your wall, then you want to interact in a really natural way. We don't want to be salesy. You'll notice none of these scripts look professional. None of the pictures look like an advertisement. That's intentional. Our brain sees the difference between a friend, authenticity, and an ad. And we're trying to be in that friend and authenticity category. We don't want to look like an ad. So we want to make sure that when we're responding to people right there on the post, that we're being authentic, we're being real. It's normal conversation. So if I posted a picture about my breakfast, and somebody said, oh, that looks like a great breakfast. Tell me about it. I'm not going to say on there, I'll DM you, right? I'm just not going to. I'm going to say, oh my gosh, lady, I can't wait to fill you in. I'll give you a call, or I'm going to shoot you a message, or I'll tell you all about it. Just normal conversation. So keep that in mind. Sometimes when we flip this and we start kind of doing business online, we shift our language and all of a sudden we get a little salesy, and we don't want that. So if I comment on your post and I'm like, Ida, wow, that's an incredible transformation, Ida, you're going to say back to me, oh my gosh, isn't it? I can't wait to tell you all about it. Right? Very natural, very normal, just normal conversation. And then over in the messenger, right? You're going to message me a messenger, and that is where you're going to use the scripts. Super easy. When somebody asks me about the drops, I send them script 1. When they ask me how much they cost, I'm going to send them script 2. When they say, okay, great, I'm going to try them, I'm going to send them the third script. So it's crafted very intentionally and it moves people around the bases. So it's simple, it's easy for you to follow along. With that, I would recommend that you don't answer any questions that weren't asked. So answer every question that they asked. If they say, oh, do you have a video? Well, yeah, you've got one on Boards. You can share it. Or, oh, what's the ingredients? Here you go. Is there a plan that goes with it? Yes, here it is. So you can answer any question that they ask, but I'm going to recommend that you don't give anybody a homework assignment. I love these drops, and I can get really excited, and I can want to say, oh my goodness, somebody asked me, tell me about the drops. So I sent them the script, and then I sent them the ingredients, and then I sent them Dr. Crystal's video, and you know what I just did? Because I was excited. I just gave them a homework assignment, and they went, ooh, this is a lot more complicated. I don't have time to figure all this out. And then they go away. But if I just answer what they ask for, there's a good chance they're going to say, okay, I'll try them. And then we can bring them up to speed later as they need more information. So we're going to use the scripts. The minute I hand them that box of drops, I'm going to welcome them over to Circle of Health. I'm going to tag them in the post that says, let's get started. There was a video there. I think right now it's just a post, but it's going to give some details on what they need to do with the drops in order to have success. It's going to bring them into our community community. And then every week I'm going to follow up with them. And why? Why am I following up with my customers every week? Well, because what we're creating is something so much bigger than a sale of a box of drops. I dance in my kitchen every time I sell a box. I still do, right? I've sold over 1,000 boxes. So excited about it. So much fun. I love that extra money, but that's not my goal. The reason I'm so excited is I am bringing somebody into our fold. I am creating a funnel here. I'm going to bring them in. I'm going to nurture that customer so that I create a raving fan. They have great results. They love what they're doing. Why? So that they want to join me in the business. Because not only am I making that fast money, but I'm making that residual money and that forever money, which makes it possible for us to have options in our lives, which is my love language. So that's our goal here. So the minute that I get that customer that box in their hand, I'm going to send them the getting started script. And I am going to do this with the person that got me started on the drops. So I'm going to bring that person into the conversation. I'm going to introduce my customer with my 2x2, the person that got me started. Why? Why do I want to bring somebody else into this text flow? Well, because then again, it's bigger than just me and them. I might be brand new, right? You might be brand new. So if that customer comes back to you and asks you a question, you might not know the answer, but guess who will? The person that's helping you, right? So I love to bring that in three-way. All of these I actually do with my 2x2. So it's always a group text with all of us. Week 1 is going to be a very bland script. You'll see it. It's like, hey, just checking on you. How are the drops treating you? Right? Why? Because I want them to feel comfortable asking me a positive question or a negative question so that I can problem solve. I got to know that you've got a headache in order to get rid of it, right? And so, I want to make sure that they feel comfortable asking whatever, where they can say, well, I don't know, or it's going great, right? We're going to get both. Then week 2, you'll notice that the script is very different, where it's like, all right, tell me the good news. How are you winning? What benefits are you seeing? Why? Because I want them to tell me their win. Because when they do, I'm going to pull them into the win script where I'm going to say, okay, congratulations. You're going to want some more drops before too long. Are you a 1, 2, or 3? Right? Which one are you? Do you want to get another box from me? You want to pay retail? Or do you want to save some money? Or do you want to save and earn? Right? And I'm going to let them tell me what they want. And if they say either 2 or 3, which most of them are, most people are going to say at least 2, then I'm going to work with the person that got me started, right? To set up a time to get them either on a Zoom to share the 6-minute presentation that's a video on boards that walks them through their option. And then I'm going to get them on a phone call with my 2x2, but I'm going to connect with them to work on that conversion on week 2, the minute they have a win, because the conversion is the magic. That is what takes your business from a short term, sale to sale to sale kind of business to a long term that they're in the back office where that money is showing up every single Friday in your bank account, regardless of what's going on, right? So we want to make sure that we're moving them. So that's why that conversion is so important. Now, maybe we're going to make it to week 3 and they didn't have a win. We weren't able to connect with them, whatever. Well, I'm going to send them the week 3 script that's like, hey, you're almost out of drops. Are you ready for another box? They say yes. Well, then I'm going to work with that conversion script as well. Now, with that, I want to pull in, like I said, I'm going to pull in my 2x2 person, but I'm going to do it in a way that is really natural. So there's some language that we can share that can be scary to people, right? If I tell you, okay, let me get my upline on the phone and they're going to fill you in, well, they're going to go, oh, this is a sales call. And we're not having a sales call. We're having a connection call and we're going to make sure that they know what their options are so that they can make the choice that's best for them. So I'll say, when's a good time for us to connect? Are you available tomorrow morning? They say, yeah, I can do tomorrow. I'll say, okay, 10 o'clock work for you. They say, yes. I say, perfect. I'll send you a reminder 10 minutes before. That's all I'm going to tell them. Then 10 minutes before we're supposed to meet, if it's a Zoom call, like I talked to my 2x2 and they said, oh, I want to do this via Zoom, then I'm going to send them the Zoom link 10 minutes before. And I'll say, see you in 10 minutes. Zoom is no big deal for any of us anymore. We've lived on Zoom for 5 years now, right? That's one of the gifts of COVID. It's not scary. My parents Zoom, right? So if they can do it, anybody can. And we're going to give them about 10 minutes to update their app if they didn't have it, right? But I'm not going to say I've got my upline on and we're going to Zoom, I'm going to do, I'm not going to make it a big deal. I'm going to keep it really casual because that's going to make it less scary for them. They're more apt to join me, and then they're more apt to join us in the business. So we're going to do that on week 2, week 3. Now, what if I get to week 4 and they ghosted me the whole time? I've texted them every week and I haven't heard back. Okay, I'm going to leave them with a little bit of love. Oh my gosh, I know life gets so busy. So I hope you enjoyed these drops. If you ever decide that you need some more, let me know. XOXO, right? Done. If they say that they love the drops, they got their hormones balanced, they feel fantastic and they're done, perfect. Stay in the circle of health. So grateful that you tried them. If you ever need more, you just let me know. Maybe they hated everything about us. They're like, dang, I just never want to have to take anything, and I want to do nothing but eat Twinkies, and I want to sit on the couch at all times. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? That sounds lovely. Maybe stay in Circle of Health and maybe you'll find the magic button that can make that possible. But I'm just going to love on them because we know life, our situations change daily, right? So we don't know what tomorrow brings for them or really for us. So there could be a good chance that in just a couple weeks, they're going to say, hey, I want these again. Or in a couple months, they're ready to give their health another try. And so we just always want to make sure that we're leaving them in a space that they know that they're welcome to come back. So that is our getting started training.